Hello guys and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hopefully you enjoy my content, but I wanted you to remind that if you enjoy it, please make sure to like and subscribe. Only 0.8% of the people that watch my videos are actually subscribed. So if you enjoy the content, please. How to draft in solo and team Power League. So first of all, it all depends on which is the first team to pick. If it's your pick, your teammates pick, your team pick, you need to ban the second best brawler for the map. I recommend you to have open a tab or something like that where you can see all the best brawlers for each map, for each competitive map from Power League. And once you have it, you need to ban the brawlers that you don't wanna face, or the brawlers that are the counters to you, or the brawlers that you the counters of the brawlers that you wanna play with. So once you have done the ban and picking side, if the best brawler for the map isn't banned from the other team that banned them, you can use him and abuse how much better it makes and easier it makes the game. For instance, I would also recommend you to play with brawlers that have hypercharged, because to be honest, the hypercharge makes so much more amazing brawlers, and it gives you so much more possibilities to win. For instance, Lu without the hypercharge is a normal brawler, but with it, it's one of the most broken brawlers of the game. Fang, Charlie, Spike, Edgar. So if you are the first one to pick, you pick the first brawler, one of the best brawlers for your teammate. I also recommend, if you are playing on solo Power League, to do suggestions if you have great knowledge of how the game is played and how you are going to be playing it with. But now, you have the best brawler. Now the enemies pick the two next ones, and you need to pick brawlers that counter those two ones that you have. For instance, if they pick Dynamite for a great hot zone map, and also they pick another Sandy, for instance, you can pick brawlers that counter those. So I would pick, personally, maybe an Edgar or a Fang, some aggressive brawler, because once you counter those enemy brawlers, you are gonna be having a way too easy, because this game mode, believe it or not, Power League, it all depends on how much you counter your enemies. So if you pick the most counter brawlers to the enemies, that's gonna be great, because it is gonna make it so much easier to win, because it is gonna be easier matchups, easier games, easier possibilities, and more possibilities to win. But finally the enemies are gonna pick the last one, and they are gonna try to counter the brawlers that you counter them with. So if you pick, for instance, they pick, your first pick was, for instance, Charlie, they picked Dynamite and Sandy to counter her, because those are great counters for the control, the range. Now you pick Edgar and Fang. The enemy, if they are intelligent, they're gonna pick someone that counters you. For instance, Cordelius or Shelly or Bull, some brawlers that can give more damage and that can survive more how much squishy their teammates are. So you are gonna have to understand how much great, and they're gonna try to counter your counters to them. But if you have counters to two brawlers and only one of them counters one of yours, you're gonna be having a great part with it. Now the other option that the other team starts with the picks, you are gonna have to counter the brawlers that you don't want to face, or the brawlers that are so broken on that map, because the first pick is gonna be the most interesting one sometimes. You ban the most broken brawlers on the game, and they ban other ones. They pick one great brawler, but not one of the most broken ones. You can counter that brawler with your next two, and you're gonna be having a way easier part, because at least I think that in some game modes, also you are gonna be needing a myth brawler, for instance, on Gemgraph, a brawler that can carry the games, and those brawlers, lane brawlers, right? But you pick those two brawlers, and you are gonna need to survive with playing a good brawler that doesn't directly counter one, and the other that counters the enemies a lot. Now they're gonna be picking their last two picks, they're gonna try to counter your 2 picks that you made to counter those, or yeah, they're gonna try that. But also, I think it's a bit more important to have the last pick, because that is gonna be having the most counters. For instance, if they pick 2 throwers, you're gonna pick a Mortis, an Edgar, probably that counter them so easily. And the last pick is gonna be the most game-changing one, because that is gonna change the whole game if you have a great last pick. But yeah, I think that's the best way to draft. Pick the counters to the enemies, find the best brawlers on the map, on the game mode, and also play the best that you can, obviously. But I think that the most important part of Power League is the drafting, because even though you pick the best brawlers, you could also always win or always lose also, but it depends. It's really difficult to win a game that the enemies have great counters, even though you are better players. It's gonna be way too difficult to manage that. But hopefully you enjoy, guys, and see you later.